sitting in a dark room that smells like bad cucumbers.
Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
Inconceivable!
Now featuring 11 listeners.
This is the Unique Geek.
You slimy scumbag, get on your face and give me 25.
This is the Unique Geek.
And welcome to another edition of 50 Days of Dragon Con, the podcast that still goes on during the end times. And joining me today is no one. It's just me. Lee is hopefully resting right now and getting better. And for those that are concerned, the update that I got from her is that some of her stuff has gotten better. Other things still are pretty much the same, so she's under the weather. But her husband does report that her color looks normal now, so if she had a green screen up, she wouldn't kind of blend into it. So anyway, it's just me today. Those of you that are watching live or watching the last one that we're recording live, those of you that are listening to the second to last episode for this season. That's how time works. We work in weird ways. Anyway, so I wish I had something to report, but I don't, other than, this is the Monday of Dragon Con week. So everyone is either packing up and on their way or getting ready for virtual Dragon Con or already there. We have several of our listeners that are already there and reporting back from the floor, if you will. And confused at when they do see people that look like they're in costumes, whether they are really in costumes or not, or cosplay or not. So anyway, without any fancy to do, I'm going to go check and see who's outside. Ooh, someone just drove up in a apocalyptic looking vehicle. Who is it? Oh, it's Shannon. Shannon, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm hanging in there. As Lee says, we blame your track for all of this. But then again, if everyone went to your track, they would have been prepared.
Exactly.
I know, right?
Double-edged sword.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So you're the director of Apocalypse Rising. What is Apocalypse Rising?
So Apocalypse Rising is pretty much all things the end of the world and preparing you to survive it. So we have a good mix of real world practical things like first aid, survivalism, bugging out, that kind of stuff. And then we also have the fun media stuff like The Walking Dead and The 100 and, apocalyptic literature.
Oh, that's cool. Now let's flash back to 2019, back when everything seemed slightly better. Did you have any tracks at that time on the world coming, on pandemics? I mean, technically the world probably will not come to an end due to this, but it is certainly a pandemic.
Yeah, in 2018 and 2019, we actually had panels on like apocalypse by pandemic and which pandemic would take us out and what it would look like. So to say that we were not surprised that it went this way would be accurate. Yeah. But yeah.
Fortunately, we live in an age where there is where science has improved enough that we haven't wound up in a bad spot. But we certainly aren't out of this yet. So
yeah, exactly.
Thus, all the precautions at Dragon Con this year. So yeah. Now you mentioned you have The Walking Dead as one of your media properties, if you will. So you also have lots of guests coming from them, don't you?
I know we do. Like everybody, I'm stoked. Everybody should be super excited because it's been a minute since we've had like a good lineup of Walking Dead cast members.
Yeah, and it's weird because they shoot right there in that area, right? But of course, they're probably usually shooting at that same time. So
that's exactly it, right? Yeah. They're usually shooting, and they do a lot of night shoots, obviously, and it just their schedule doesn't align. It doesn't work out. But this year, because of COVID, and because it's their last season getting ready to air. Yeah, right. Due to COVID delays, and the fact that their last season is getting ready to air, there's a good amount of available folks. So we are going to have 4 panels, one every day, and it's going to be a good mix of different people. So it won't be just the same people every day. There'll be different people, different combinations of folks. So I'm really excited about that. Each panel should be really unique and really fun.
That is super cool. Now, I imagine most of those are taking place in the big ballrooms, correct?
Correct. Most of ours are in the Peachtree Ballroom in the West End because that's where our track is based. But we also have one happening in Centennial 2-3 as well.
And that's over in
Hyatt.
Hyatt? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And you mentioned your room is over at the Westin. Whereabouts in the Westin is it?
We are in Chastain F through H, which is on the 6th floor. So if you enter from the street, we're going to be right there on the left, like past that weird table that congests everything. And then we're going to be right there on the left.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that's the thing with the Westin. It's sort of this weird. You would think the TVA would have actually been there and not over at the Marriott, because you enter on one floor thinking you're on the first floor.
Nope, no, you are not.
You are not on the first floor.
You're like 5 floors up.
Zan says hello from the load-in crew. So,
hey, Zan.
Yeah, they're all out there. She's already up there in Atlanta loading in with the tech crew because, that's what's happening right now at Dragon Con.
Yep.
Yeah, so you, let's see, you also have a couple of big events that you do outside of your room that don't involve necessarily, well, still involve zombies, weirdly enough.
Yeah,
but don't involve media guests. What are those?
So Friday is kind of our big night. We are having the zombie prom. It's going on this year. I do not know what the room capacity will look like to date. We'll figure that out as we go. But we're super excited to have DJ Spider DJing for us. And that'll be from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. in the Grand Ballroom in the Hilton. And we'll be still crowning our zombie king and queen, and there'll be, decorations and lights and dancing, and we'll have a little photo booth set up so you can take your prom photos if you want. And then to help with that, before the prom, from 4 to 9:30, we actually have complimentary zombie makeovers happening. And that's in Chastain C in the Westin. So right across from where our track room is pretty much.
Now, how is that going to be done with masking?
So we have face shields for our makeup artists, and they will have masks on. We're going to sanitize between every person. I've made sure because they're all professional FX artists that do the makeovers. So they already
had some experience. Yeah.
Exactly. They've already been back on set and they have safety protocols. We're not going to let as many people in the room to wait. People are going to just have to come by and checking, and we're really just going to keep things, as sanitary. Lots of Clorox wipes everywhere, and hand sanitizer. Yeah, and do that. And the FX artists do that basically for tips, and the tips are really just to cover the cost of their materials. They're donating their time and their skills, which is awesome to help make people look like their best undead self.
That is super, super, super cool.
Yeah.
Do you guys do anything specifically for the charity events, or is it just pass the bucket around and encourage people to give what they can from the stage?
Yeah, we pass the bucket. We don't have any specific events, but we like to do games. So this year we're kind of doing a let's make a deal thing where for a donation, you can kind of pick one of 3 boxes and there'll be little goodies that have been donated over, the last year or so. And if you don't like what you got, then for an additional small donation, you can pick a different one and see if you get something better.
Nice.
We're preying on people's love of the mystery box and FOMO. That's what we're going for.
You also have obviously fan panels. Managed by fans. What are some of those that we can expect this year?
So one of the ones that I am super excited about is a panel that's happening Sunday morning, I believe, and it is on homesteading. So basically we have some experienced homesteaders that are going to come in and talk about, canning and gardening and keep being sustainable wherever you live, whether that be the city, the country, somewhere in between, and how to do it safely, because lots of people have been giving themselves botulism through canning the past
We don't need any other
18
things
months.
happening.
Exactly. So how to do that safely, the right process and procedures, and yeah, so they've got a lot of great topics they're going to go through, and I'm super, super excited for that one.
That's cool. And you also have other media fan panels, right?
Oh yeah, we do. We definitely do. Like we have a media panel for The Walking Dead. We have one for The Stand, which I'm really excited about because we have J.M. Paquette on as a panelist, and they actually wrote a book on The Stand. So we are going to have a really, really good discussion, especially with the most recent miniseries having, come out, and the old one in the book. So yeah, I'm really excited for that one too. That one's been a couple years in the making.
I don't remember, what was the cause of the apocalypse in The Stand. Was it also a virus?
Everything is just a big jumble in my head right now, but I do believe it was a virus.
Yeah, I can't remember either. I didn't watch the newest miniseries. I did watch the old miniseries. What was that?
Yeah.
Circa 90 something.
Yeah.
Had to be in the 90s, I think.
It was in the 90s, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah. So do you also, I know that in the past you've had some guests from just like emergency preparedness and things like that. Do you have a guest this year?
We do. We do. Obviously, as you can imagine, a lot of our survival panelists are very busy right now. But we do have one of my team members is a registered nurse, and she'll be doing some panels on like first aid and just a general panel on pandemics, because, obviously everybody's curious now. And we'll have EMTs. We've got somebody on my team that works at the CDC. So we'll have a lot of professionals still coming out and doing our panels.
Okay. And just out of curiosity, if you know what your normal room capacity is versus what, obviously it's 2/3 full this year, what the room capacity will be about this year for your fan panels.
Yeah. So in past years, we've actually split our room up by F and G and H, and to kind of give my staff some breathing room, I've condensed it back into one room. And the capacity for that, I believe, is 320.
Okay.
So 2/3 of 320. So a little over 200 folks.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So full capacity would be 320, and then half that. Okay. Then 2/3 of that, rather. And as Regina reminded folks, although you wouldn't have heard, if you watch live, you would have seen that the other day. If you're listening, you'll hear this tomorrow. But there is no standing room in there either. So even once the seats are gone, That's it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. You have to have a chair to stay in the room. And my team will definitely be enforcing that for our track room, and we'll be like enforcing the mask policy and all that good stuff. We'll have disposable masks available if someone, comes in and doesn't have the appropriate mask wear. So yeah.
Duckman wants to know, what's Dragon Con or what's Dagon Con? Oh, did I mistype it? I bet you I did. I bet you that's what they're saying is I mistyped it in the X. Hold on, let me see. No, I did it right. Okay. All right. I just know if I'm mistyping something.
I'm like, if it's not Dragon Con, I know nothing about it right now. My brain is full.
But they do want to know, what's Dagon Con. Do you have any idea?
I have no idea. I don't know. It's dragons, dyslexic dragons.
Dyslexic dragons. Poor dragons. They're always being picked on all the time.
Yeah.
What other panels can we expect from you guys? Anything of important? Okay, now they're just making fun of me inside of the. Okay, they're just trying to get me to say things, I guess, at this point. What other fan panels do we expect this year? Or what other things do we have in store from you guys?
So our FX artists that are doing the complimentary makeovers, two of them will be doing separate panels, kind of walking you through how to do your own basic makeup, and answering questions about how to get into the business and, what products to use, basically anything you want to know. And they usually do that while they're making someone up in a makeup. So those are usually pretty good. And then also we're going to have a panel on the psychology of a pandemic. And that's basically going to be talking. We've got a lot of mental health experts, counselors, and they're going to be talking about, the after effects, right? Like we're all kind of slowly entering back into the world. There's a lot of anxiety and
Oof.
concern and, PTSD in some instances. So they're going to be talking about all of that. Like, your feelings are valid. Here's what you might be feeling and here's how you can address that and deal with it. So I think that'll be a really interesting panel as well.
That is cool. It's actually, that's really interesting that you're bringing in people to discuss and to, I mean, all of us, I know we've been hearing it a lot lately that, you're not the only one that feels this, that's feeling this. But it's nice to hear it from professionals as well. That, and then also in a group environment where, you can all commiserate together. I mean, it is cathartic in a way to, I know it sounds weird and sounds silly to see that other people are having the same problems that you are.
Exactly. It gives you a sense of community, right? It's that, it's not just me. There's other people out there.
Right. And ways of getting through and ways of finding help. So
exactly.
That is really awesome. So where can people find information on the Apocalypse track on the web and elsewhere? I don't know. In print media, where can you find print?
We're in the app.
Well, there you go.
But really, probably our Facebook, which is at APOC Rising, is going to be the best place to see. We also have Twitter and Instagram accounts, which will be updated as well. And they're pretty much all at APOC Rising. But I think our social media is going to be the best place to find us.
Okay, that's cool. And what was I going to say? Oh, real quick before I forget this, because it's a question that I sometimes forget to ask directors. How did you become the director of Apocalypse Rising? Who pushed you back and onto the floor as people were running after looking for volunteers that you have to blame?
So I started as a volunteer. Way back when our track was known as something as the Tribe Track, dedicated to one small post-apocalyptic show filmed in Australia and New Zealand. So I volunteered there, and I volunteered with the track as...
Oh, lost you.
A couple of years. I was able to kind of grow and learn and become a director.
Oh, okay. Okay. We lost you halfway through there. You said that you're doing the Tribe track, and then what happened?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, you froze a little bit. I was like, was it me? Did he froze? Yeah. So I was a volunteer, and then I, made my interest known that I wanted to be a director eventually, and I started getting, prepared by the then current director. And when she was ready to step down, I took over, and that was probably about 10, 11 years ago, and I have been the director ever since. Yeah. And I love it.
That is super cool. So, as you know, you've been on before, we like to play games with our guests at the end of the podcast, and we'll still continue to chat through this, but we've been using Jackbox TV services. Today, we're going to be playing hopefully a custom Quiplash. We tried this the other day with Regina, and for whatever reason, it decided, it's worked every single time, but for whatever reason, decided not to do the Dragon Con one I had set up for her, but in theory, it works. I did send it in the private chat, the room code there for you.
Yeah.
Shannon, once Shannon's in, we will open it up for others to participate with us. All you need is a internet connected device. Oh, she's in. So let me go ahead and bring up the volume here. Oh, wrong one. There we go. Read the room code out.
Room code, you got it. DSHX.
DSHX is the room code, and I'll bring up throw the banner up there too so people can see it. And as is typical, when I don't have Lee here, I forget to do the to put in the thing over here, because Lee's usually doing dual duty for me, because she's reminding me when to get the show on the road here, and that's what I'm trying to do right now. Oh, we got bunches of people coming in.
Awesome.
And then let's just share this. Share this video. There we go. Share. Okay, and put this up here on the stream. There we go. DSHX is the room code if you want to join. Of course, if you're listening on the audio, that's not going to help at all because we've already done this. So we do have Jerry asks, is there any Black Summer panels?
Unfortunately, not this year. I tried to find time to fit it in, but since we're back down to one room for this year, we weren't able to fit that into our programming. So, but next year for sure, it's on the slate for next year.
Okay, cool. Steve wants to point out that, hey, I should be working right now.
Me too, Steve.
Yes, we all should. Jerry did ask, how's Lee? Missed the start. She's doing better. She's still not the best like she normally is. So she's doing better right now. So hopefully everything kind of works out here shortly. Rob says, glad to have the Walking Dead guests at Con. Yes.
Yeah, and Rob's actually going to be one of our moderators for one of the panels, which I'm super excited about.
So he's super glad that.
Yeah, he's very glad.
All right, we have 6 players, which is good to have a nice even number because you play against them. So we're going to go ahead and start the game in just 2 seconds and give anybody a chance. He says he's also nervous.
Oh, you're going to do fine, Rob.
Rob, you do
you're
fine.
You're going to be awesome.
Yeah. All right, we're going to go ahead and start the game then. In theory, this should be Dragon Con related. Who knows? We'll find out in a second. At least Apocalypse Rising.
Yeah.
Prepare yourself for Quiplash 3. Quips on Parade. I'm Schmitty, and if I don't recognize you from earlier games, it's only because I don't care. By the way, if you didn't get in the game, you can still vote as an audience member. Type in the room code to join. This is round 1. You'll get 2 prompts on your device to answer any way you please. You'll go head-to-head with another player's response, and everyone else votes on their favorite. Sound easy? That's because it is. You're going to get points based on the percentage of votes you get, so don't hold back.
Okay, those of you participating should see a prompt, you'll get 2 prompts on your device. Hopefully, again, apocalypse related. Go ahead and fill those out. In the meantime, it's a good time to remind everyone about the Dragon Con Awards, or Dragon Awards, excuse me, is what they're actually called. The Dragon Awards, you can get those at dragoncon.org. DragonCon.org/awards. DragonCon.org/awards. They would like people to vote. Those are fan-generated awards given out to, I don't know, something like 15, 16 categories, something like that. And they're just looking for people to vote and to make sure that they get. Yep. Okay. Apparently, it worked this time because I am seeing them come in as.
Yes.
They're coming in there. Okay. Also, you can reach us at, even after con is over, at 50days at theuniquegeek.com. 50days at theuniquegeek.com. Those are
Just a few seconds
the
left.
easiest way to reach us. And 813-321-0884 or 813-321-0 tug TUG.
Sure hope you got
Uh-oh.
your answer in on time.
Oh, Jerry. Oh,
Looks so
no, Jerry. Okay.
While we wait for moderation, just take a sec.
There we go.
Don't let me down.
He's waiting on me. Not sure Jerry got all of his answers
How
in.
about we start with
Something not to softly whisper to Thanos.
okay, choose away.
Your very large fly is down, or you're wearing the wrong Infinity Gauntlet. Something not to whisper to Thanos. Your very large fly is down, or you're wearing the wrong Infinity Gauntlet. Go ahead and vote, those of you, even in the audience. Let's see who won. Steve wins with Your Very Large Fly is Down.
Okay, what's next?
Title of the apocalyptic-themed follow-up to Eat, Pray, Love,
Pick your favorite quip.
which is, your options are Eat Brains, Pray for Mercy, and Love Swords, or Run, Hide, Die. Title of the apocalyptic-themed follow-up to Eat, Pray, Love, which is Eat Brains, Pray for Mercy, and Love Swords, or Run, Hide, Die. And Pal Family wins it. Oh, but the audience likes Shannon's answer. So actually, Shannon wins. Run, Hide, Die.
Oh, wow.
All right, check this out.
Dumbest way to die at Disney World during an alien invasion. Attacking Space Mountain in a confused moment. Suffocating inside the Mad Hatter's giant hat. Dumbest way to die at Disney World during an alien invasion. Attacking Space Mountain in a confused moment, or suffocating inside the Mad Hatter's giant hat. Both very, very dumb ways to die. And let's see. Jerry gets it with Space Mountain, but the other was the audience.
Without further ado,
Unexpectedly fun way the world will end. We all
now it
get
gets
funk.
real. Pick your favorite.
A worldwide flood of pie. Unexpectedly fun way the world will end. We all get funk, or a worldwide flood of pie. Both very fun ways to die. Ooh, it's split, and Shannon wins it with flood of pie.
And now,
Title of Disney's remake of Night of the Living Dead. The dead dying again.
winning by default
Oh,
is
Jerry
still
C.
winning, you know.
That's one we forgot to answer. Well, oddly enough, right up Jerry C's alley,
Moving
since
right
he is in the
along.
horror track. Title of a Broadway musical about the apocalypse.
And now, pick your favorite.
My Fair Zombie or Cats, the sequel, Cats Have Taken Over. My Fair Zombie or Cats, the sequel,
know which
Cats
one
Have
to
Taken
choose.
Over. Right? This is usually where Lee says, why can't I pick two?
Exactly. They're so good, both of them.
Title of a Broadway musical about the apocalypse. My Fair Zombie or Cats, the sequel, Cats Have Taken Over. Jerry wanted to say it was Twilight of Slightly Not Living. Was his
That was round
Movie.
one. Reminder that those all go on your permanent record. Let's
Cats-
see the scores.
Cats, the sequel is the apocalypse. Let's see who's winning. Oh, Pal Family, just barely ahead of Shannon.
Nice.
Round two is upon us. Put on your best quip face because the points are doubled and the tension is thick.
Ironically, Jerry knows that he had a cat attack his keyboard. Actually, his layboard, which I think the cat is still there, is probably what's happening, when answering his keyboard. So I think that maybe the cats is really the problem here. I do like Twilight of the Slightly Not Living for Disney's
Yeah,
title
that's
of
good.
Night of the Living Dead. Jeez. Jerry's not having a problem answering anymore. I was just chuckling at one of his answers. Let's see. Sorry. Again, I apologize to anybody listening. I just get to read them in advance, and you guys don't know why I'm laughing. But it's funny. We're good. We're good.
What do you say, shall we?
There we go.
And we start with
Name of a candle scent designed to invoke the end times.
okay, so some-
Essence of Descent or Axe Body Spray Medley. Name of a candle scent designed to invoke the end times. Essence of Descent, or Axe Body Spray medley. We are the best. We have the best people at Dragon Con. Let's see. Da, da, da. Ooh, split the participants, but Axe Body Spray medley wins with the audience.
And here we have
First thing the mole people say when they surface in 2022.
decisions.
Where are all of the people? Oh, you're not over this thing yet. Oh, both probably very true. First thing the mole people say when they surface in 2022. Where are all the people? Or you're not over this thing yet. I should probably. Oh, Jerry wins with "You're not over this thing yet," taking a super quiplash. Woo! Jerry's back in the game. Pet name for the asteroid that killed the dinosaurs.
all right.
Fluffy or Little Squishy? Pet name for the asteroid that killed the dinosaurs. Fluffy or Little Squishy? Little Squishy is my rapper name from high school.
Nice.
Exact split right down the middle.
Nice, Chris.
We have
Nickname for a baby zombie.
Aw.
Little Nibbler or Munchies?
okay. Choose your favorite.
A nickname for a baby zombie. Little Nibbler or Munchies?
This game is exactly what my day needed. This is amazing.
Let's see. Looks like Little Nibbler takes it. Both were very good.
Let's see the next one.
A robot you wouldn't mind taking over the world. The Iron Giant or Rosie from the
One
Jetsons?
you like best.
A robot you would a robot you wouldn't mind taking over the world. The Iron Giant or Rosie from the Jetsons? Let's see. Here we go. Oh. And Rosie wins.
Because she cleans up after you.
Yeah, that's right.
Next up.
One benefit of the sun dying out. No more sunburn or
Okay.
Dragon Con heat will now be tolerable. One benefit of the sun dying out. No more sunburns or Dragon Con heat will now be tolerable.
Both accurate for this coming weekend.
Yes. Oh. Actually, how is the weather supposed to be? I mean, with a hurricane kind of passing.
I think it's supposed to be rainy.
Dragon Con heat will now be tolerable. Wins it. All right, last round coming up here.
And round 2 is history. Let's see how it'll be remembered.
Who's winning? Shannon!
Oh.
Shannon is 10 points ahead of Jerry right now.
Eking it out.
For Quiplash, a no-holds-barred quipaganza. You'll each get a prompt that needs 3 separate responses. You got this.
All right, Thriplash coming up. And you guys should be getting something in your devices there. Let's see, what else to remind folks of? Well, again, I mean, I think some of the people that are here are actually already there or on their way there. Jerry says that for a weather update, according to the Weather Channel, I assume that's what TWC is, not Thomas, William, and Catherine, two random people from the world. According to TWC, it will be mostly sunny. This is a question mark at the end. So there's that. Yeah. So again, don't forget your masks if you're packing right now. If you're using, if you can use an N95, that's just my personal preference. You can put something over the top of it, of course. Cloth masks, try to make sure that they have a couple of extra layers in them. And surgical masks are your middle ground, apparently.
Yep.
Da, 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 da. Again, we have the
Time's
best.
almost
We have the
up.
best audience. Uh-oh, Jerry, hurry! Hurry, Jerry! Hurry,
Come
Daniela!
on, Daniela.
Oh, Jerry got him! Oh, they got him in!
In at the buzzer.
As soon as
Nice.
moderation is finished, we will.
Nice.
Well, might as well get this over with.
All right, here we go. 3 new zombie types that would be you'd be totally fine living with. Vegan zombies, zombie husky
Now it's time to
husky
vote for your
puppies,
favorite.
or zombies that cure COVID. Yes, yes, please. Sparkle zombies, pie zombies, and anti-vax zombies. 3 new zombie types that you'd be totally fine living with. Vegan zombies, zombie husky puppies, zombies that cure COVID, or sparkle zombies, pie zombies, and anti-vax zombies. Vegan zombies wins with a quiplash. Both are very good, though. 3 worst songs to be on repeat when stuck in a fallout shelter. End of the World as We Know It, The Song That Never Ends, and Fly by Sugar Ray. Or Bird is the Word, Anything Nickelback, and Achy Breaky Heart. 3 worst songs to be on repeat when stuck in a fallout shelter. End of the World as We Know It, The Song That Never Ends, or Fly by Sugar Ray. Or The Bird is the Word, Anything Nickelback, Achy Breaky Heart. Let's see which one wins that one. Oh, split the participants. And Bird is the Word, Anything Nickelback, and Achy Breaky Heart wins. Steve. 3 things found in Kool-Aid Man's bug out kit. Plastic ice, wall patch kit, and baseball
All right,
bat.
choose your favorite.
Ice cubes, glass cleaner, and a spoon. 3 things found in Kool-Aid Man's bug out kit. Ice cubes, glass cleaner, a spoon, or plastic ice, wall patch kit, and baseball bat. Both very nice. I don't know that you'd want the Kool-Aid Man in your fallout shelter, by the way. Just keep breaking through the wall.
No, yeah, exactly. Security would be an issue.
Plastic ice, wall patch kit
Great
wins.
job. Now let's see what that did to the final scores.
Where are we at? Shannon was leading. Oh, Daniela pulls it out the end!
That's awesome.
Congratulations, Daniela. You win a no prize. All right. By the way, the top answer of the game is "You're not over this thing yet," which is what the mole people say when they come to visit next year. Shannon, again, let people know where you can be found. The Apocalypse Rising track can be found at Dragon Con and on the web.
Yeah, at Dragon Con, we can be found on the 6th floor of the Westin. That's the entrance right off the street. On
Somehow.
Yeah, in Chastain, F through H. And then online, we can really be found on Facebook at APOC Rising, Instagram at APOC Rising, and then Twitter the same.
All right. Well, Shannon, again, thank you for taking time out, especially on short notice on a Monday right before con. I know you're really, 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 really busy at this point.
Yeah.
Enjoy the con, and thank you
will.
for taking time out. I really do appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
And please thank the volunteers. And again, we've said this numerous times. Please, it's always important to be nice to the volunteers, but this year especially, we're all stressed out. Everyone needs this break, even if it's for just a couple of days, to try and feel something normal. Be nice to people. Keep your mask on. The whole 9 yards. That means, and by the way, just as a reminder, what Regina said, it means nose and mouth covered. Just for the record. So until next time, this is John for Shannon and Lee, and all of our friends who play with us today, and all of our friends who listen every day, or listen every time we play. That's every day. Anyway, and Jerry reminds, be nice, be kind, and watch out for each other.
Yes.
So until next time, this is John saying peace. And I'm supposed to find a thing to end this thing in, and there it is. Here.
This was a production of The Unique Geek. call our comment line at 8133210TUG. That's 81332108884. Email us at thegeeks@theuniquegeek.com or 50days@theuniquegeek.com. Follow The Unique Geek on Facebook and Twitter. This podcast is distributed under a Creative Commons Attribution Non-Commercial Share-alike license.
Post credits feel better, but Lee, bye.